Today is a day where people have really mixed opinions on HMC, and I really can see why. You guys will know the news that we have had on Friday. If you do not know, we will be briefly going over it in this video. I don't want to speak too much on the news. I want to speak a little bit more on the effect that it could have on the share price in the more short to mid term, because I think a lot of people have questions as to what this means for the company, as to what this means for the share price ultimately, and I want to give some of my personal thoughts in this video. Do remember that this is not, and I repeat, not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am not an expert, and I am definitely not a lawyer, so do not use my legal interpretations as anything more than entertainment, as I absolutely do not understand law in great detail. There are lawyers on YouTube who do. Go and watch them if you do want to see an in-depth view on that. But basically we can see here on Friday, July the 23rd of 2021, literally yesterday, we had this update from the case. It speaks about a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim, and this actually been granted, so we can see HMC will have 14 days to file a motion for leave or file or further amend that complaint. So I hear a lot of opinions right off the bat when talking about that. I hear people saying that this is absolutely negative, it's terrible for the company, we're going to see a share price fall on Monday, I'm selling the stock, all that sort of stuff. I do understand it, and I think this can be interpreted in a bad way. I see the other side to it as well, but I think some people just are going to interpret this in a negative way. I think subsequently we can anticipate, in my opinion, a bit of a share price fall into next week. So we're going to have a look at what this means for the company right now. So first things first, from what I can tell, this is not necessarily as big of a deal as some people are making it out to be. First things first, yes, it is important, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it means that this is a be-all and end-all of the case. It says they have 14 days to amend this claim or file a motion to leave. Ultimately, it doesn't mean that the case is over. If anything, it is far from it. And I know that there are definitely some arguments which people could make to see this in a negative light, but I think there are a few things to note. Regardless, I think the first thing is Cozen O'Connor, full stop. Cozen O'Connor is one of the top law firms in the United States, if not in the world. They have taken on this case. I definitely would like to think Cozen O'Connor have both done some research into the case and some research into Philip Morris and see how they play their lawsuits to kind of get a bit of an understanding and play this lawsuit in an appropriate manner. So for Cozen O'Connor to have been quote-unquote caught out like this, I do not believe it, and again, I hope that that is not the case. I hope they haven't been caught out. I believe that this definitely could see more to it. I think this is just another stage in the process, which is going to be a lengthy process. Even if HMC do come out to win this suit, it could take years. So I think this is just another step in the lengthy process. Cozen O'Connor is a very reputable law firm. I think they definitely should have done some research into both the case, as I would anticipate, and also how Philip Morris like to play their cases. And if they have done so, they may be playing this on a strategic level rather, as some people are definitely stating. And whether that is the case or not, yes, it could see big benefits long term if they do go on to win the lawsuit still, because things are not over. And yes, we could still see a big drop if they do lose the lawsuit. That is still going to be in the few days to months time. Ultimately, they have 14 days to amend this claim or file a motion to leave. So that means that we have another 14 days before we have a new update from the lawsuit potentially. So again, this is up to 14 days. It could happen before that, but here we go. We have a new timeline of 14 days. So regardless, we are seeing something that's going to play out in the next 2 weeks. And I think this is important to note, because this really isn't, the new news rather, isn't really going to influence the share price immediately. What we are looking at from the 23rd definitely could influence the share price. So what do I anticipate happening based on what we are seeing with this new news? Now, as I mentioned, whether you see this as okay or bad, it doesn't really matter. There are people who definitely are going to read this and think bad immediately. So I personally can anticipate a drop in share price coming. I know some people are going to utilize the dips. I think that's okay. If you want to do that, that's good. But I think some people definitely are going to be a little bit scared. I think some people probably are going to sell the stock on Monday. So I think we definitely could see levels of the 0.0007 range. I think a minimum for me that I think would be the worst case scenario that I would like to see is the 0.005 range. That is the 0.0005 range rather. And again, anywhere from 5 to 8 or 9 I am pretty happy with. I can anticipate this bringing a little bit of a dip short term for HMC, as people will probably be a bit scared. And again, I do hope I am wrong. I hope the price remains stable, if not, climb again once more. But I think some people really are going to interpret this in a negative light. But I think it is also really, really fundamentally important to understand this does not mean that the case is over. It just means that we have another thing in our way. And again, it just shows to me that the court is going over everything in a thorough way. This, from my understanding, is just another piece of legal jargon, which is just, another document which explains what is going on. It doesn't really mean too much at the current moment, in my personal opinion, and that's just what I believe. So right now, I think some people are going to see this as bad. I know some people are going to see this as good. I think if you are looking to buy HMC or see a bit of an average down, I would wait a little bit. I would wait until Tuesday or Wednesday just to see where the share price does move. I do hope it remains stable, as I said, but if it does fall a little bit, I would not be too surprised either. And as you guys will know, I am bullish on HMC. I think fundamentally the company is good. I think we still could see good things from the lawsuit, but it is also true to note some people are going to see this as bad. And I just think that is the truth of it. I know some people aren't going to like that, and I think that is the case regardless. It doesn't mean it is bad. We still could see HMC win this lawsuit, to my understanding, but some people definitely are going to interpret this in the wrong way. What are you thinking about this? Are you going to sell your stock? Are you going to buy more stock? Are you going to utilize a dip? Tell me down below. I really do want to know. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen, you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously, it is split into multiple sections. Basically, at the top, we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further, we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs, and other hot stocks, including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well. And we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down, you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes, and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching. See you soon.